Hello students, welcome to this learning module of programming in C. In this we are going to learn about the introduction part of the C programming language. The overall content of this presentation is about what is C languages, why you want to learn this, what are the special features available in C programming language, and little bit about the programming concept, about what is keyword, what set of characters is available in this. So this is the content we are going to learn in this particular module. Let us get into what the C programming language is. It is the programming language. First we know what is programming languages. You are all aware that the language is the communication medium. As a programming language, it is a medium to give an instruction to the computer. And the C programming language comes under the high level programming language. So obviously when we use the word high level, there is a low level programming also. So in which we will be writing the code directly in a form of the language which the computer can understand. That was the binary format. But here the programming language C is a high level programming language. As the word implies that high level, it is easy to understandable for the human. And it is in a simple English also. That's why it is said to be a high level. And as it is said to be a high level, it is easy for us to learn, but the system cannot understand this. So obviously there is a need of translator. So the translator here is a compiler which is going to convert the high level coding into the low level. The low level is in the binary format. So the translator will do the conversion from this high level instruction to the low level. Here the C programming language uses the compiler. As the term I am using a compiler, there is a one more translator also, that is a interpreter. When the module goes on, you will be knowing the difference about all this. Just I am giving you the small information about what a compiler and the interpreter is to know the difference. The compiler, it is going to take the entire program and it is going to translate, and during the translation it will be checking all the syntax, the semantics and all. If there is any mistake which is going to beyond the syntax, it will prompt all that together. That is a compiler. In a case of interpreter, it is going to do the line by line translation. So if there is a error occurs, if the particular instruction is going beyond or if it is not matching with the syntax of the language, it will prompt the error, it will never do the translation for the second line. So the line by line translation is the interpreter, the entire set of coding translation is a compiler. So in C programming, the compiler is a translator. So it is going to take the entire program, it will going to do the translation, and during the summary of the error will be displayed to you. So once after correcting, the program will taken for the execution. And the C programming language is a procedural oriented language. The procedural in the sense, the functionality wise the instruction can be grouped. If you want to complete the process like calculation of the average mark, so whatever the programming instruction you need for that, you can group that into one unit. So that is said to be a the procedural oriented language it is. So these are all the this is the thing about the programming language of C. It is I am summarizing what I said now. That is the entirely about the procedural oriented high level programming language it is. Then why you want to learn this? What is the use of doing all this programming language? The programming language is to give an instruction to the computer through which we can solve some problems. In a crisp, I say that in the C programming language, we can solve the user application as well as the system requirement. So using the C programming language, we can do both the system programming as well as the application programming. In the system programming, when you take, the operating systems also written in C. The first operating system written in C was Unix operating system. After that, the Windows, Linux, all that also written in C programming language. And apart from this, the C programming language can be used to do the other programming language translators. As I said, whenever there is a programming language which is in a high level that need a translator to make the system to understand. So similarly, the other apart from the C, there are many programming language available nowadays. All that programming languages need a translator. Some of the programming languages translators are written in C. A few are the PHP, Perl, even the latest the Python translator also written in C programming language. So that is a very big advantage of C, because it can able to do the low level programming, that is a system programming it can do, that is the low level programming in the sense it can directly touch on the memory unit of the device, memory unit of the system, the main memory of the system. So because of that particular facility, it is supportable to do the system programming. The next we look into about the features of C programming language. In introduction and the need of C programming might also touch some features. Apart from that, we will be having a deep discussion about the features of C programming language. The first and foremost feature is it is a simple syntax. Here we should be knowing the term syntax. As you all aware that whatever the language is that is having a grammar in order to form a sentence. So here also in order to form a programming instruction, we have to follow the syntax. It is a very simple English syntax formation, so it is easy to understand also. And the second one is it can be applicable to write the both application program as well as the system program that we discussed in the need of the C programming language also. The application program, in the sense the very huge projects, the problem statement can be solved with the help of C programming language. At the same time, it is applicable to write a system programming language also, because it is having a facility to touch in a main memory. So using which we can write a system programming also. And it is fast and feasible. As you know, whenever we are writing the low level coding, in some places it is not required to have a translation also, we can do that. But the C instruction need of translation, and apart from that, because of its facility, because of some information we can directly write and store in a memory, so that timing can be reduced. Due to that, the C programming language can be executed fast and efficient also. The another feature is it is a procedural oriented top down approach programming language. As I said in the previous discussion itself, that is a procedural oriented. The functionality wise we can group the instruction and we can complete the task. And it is a top-down approach it is. So when you are going to learn about the software development procedures, you will be learning in detail about the top-down approach. Now I touch what it is. So whenever we are taking a problem, we have to segregate as into the modules, and we have to complete each and every module. Then we are going to connect it together to get an entire application. For such a kind of application, we can make use of this procedural oriented C programming language. It is having a rich set of library functions. See, whenever we are doing with the programming language, the language itself will come with some set of function. We can make use of that. It is not necessary to write the coding for each and every problem statement. Some of the modules or some of the instructions are there already in a form of library functions. We can make use of this. The C programming language library function is having a supporting functions both for system development, system programming applications as well as the user programming applications. So we can make use of that two together. So this is about so the things what we learned is what is C, why we need C, what is the features of that. Now we have to get into small about the programming touch. In this we are going to learn what are the set of components available to write a coding. The first thing we need to know is the character state. Whenever there is a language, the language is providing a certain set of letters to learn and to form a sentence and all. The same for the system, the programming language also. So the character set give you the set of characters and the symbols using which we can frame an instruction. So here we can make use of the alphabets both in uppercase and lowercase, and the numbers from 0 to 9, and also all the special symbols. So this is altogether is about the character set which we can use in C programming language. Next is about the keywords. The keywords are predefined reserved words. We have to strong in this. Predefined reserved. So whenever that is reserved, we are not supposed to touch that for our use. But it is having some feature, syntax oriented information, some functionality related content is there. So whenever we want to have that functionality oriented content, we can make use of that keyword. For example, we are going to list that all the keywords in a next slide. Just for introduction, I am giving you one keyword, that int, that is int, that is a keyword. So we can use that particular keyword in order to represent one integer value. There the functionality requirement is to represent the integer value. For that functionality, we can use that keyword int, not for any other purpose. So that come along with the syntax. And the next information about the keyword is, it is all the keywords in C programming language is only in lowercase. We have to keep that in mind. If you register that in your mind, you can avoid some syntactical error during the translation. Always follow the lowercase letters to represent the keyword. And this keyword is not to use for any identification purpose. That is, whenever you want to have an identification for any value or any other name what you are going to define, for that purpose we are not supposed to use this reserved words. So here there are a list of keywords. You can have a read about this. Few is for the value representation, few is for to execute a set of instructions repeatedly for the loop kind of things, and few is to represent about the memory information. So